Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is our office hour recording. This is a tutorial to help you with the assignment coming up. It's our first big assignment. We're writing a paragraph responding to an article that you read. So I'm going to walk you through. I put the instructions on Google Classroom, but I know sometimes it can be kind of confusing or hard to just read the directions and know exactly what to do. So I'm sharing my screen with you. You can see my face now, but it's going to switch to what I have on my screen. So we're going to go. I have so many tabs open. Don't worry about it. I'm going to help you see how to get to your Google Classroom real quick. So here's my email. I click the 9 little dots and I click on Classroom. So for me, it's going to have all these different classrooms up since I'm a teacher, and you all are just going to want to go to your communications class. So I'm going to go down to Team 1. And here I see, okay, Miss Betsy put the class meeting that I'm in right now, giving you guys this tutorial. But the new assignment is right below it. So I'm going to click it and see instructions. Make sure it's not just on work, but you see the instructions. So you have a persuasive text that you're going to read and give your opinion as a response. I'm just going to read the instructions here real quick for you, and you can see them on your own Google Classroom. It says this is our first serious and a little bit bigger assignment. That's why it's worth 16 points and is due next Monday. You will write a 1-paragraph response to a persuasive writing text with your opinion. I explain the assignment and what I would like you to focus on as you write your paragraph in the Google slide that's attached, and I'm going to go over that with you guys now. I'll also be answering questions and going over the assignment in my office hours at 11. So I'll have office hours on Mondays and Fridays at 11, but on Wednesday today it's at 1 because we have a staff meeting, advisory meeting at 11. Make sure you attend office hours. Do not forget, these are mandatory. You're losing points when you don't check it. Here's a link. It will be very hard to fully understand what to do if you don't attend. If you watch this video because you had a conflict with work or with something like that, please tell me you watched the video, send me a message, and I'll give you credit for those office hours. But you either need to watch this video or make sure you're attending the hours. Links for persuasive articles, you can choose from right here. Okay, so now I'm down here. You guys can see my mouse. I am going to click, you can look through all 3 of them. Each one has a bunch of opinion articles. They're called editorial articles. So it's someone saying, this is my opinion about a topic. So let me click on this. I've already looked through this just to be prepared, make the video shorter. I really like this first one that says how digital technology could be making life worse for young people. It's interesting. It's all about Facebook and Instagram and if it's good or bad for people's brains. But there's actually a different one that I picked that hits really close to home for something I care about. Now, the first thing I noticed as I read the title is they use the word lad. That's not something we really use, but that's because this was written in England. So sometimes knowing where this is from can help. There might be a few words or something that's spelled a little bit differently just because it's from a different country. But this actually, and I might talk about that in my opinion in my response, but this has a lot that applies to us. You can look through a couple articles if you aren't sure which one you want, review more than one and see, and then pick one you're going to respond to. So this is called Lad Culture on Campus Aside. Universities need to do more to stop students being harassed by locals off campus. So lad is like a word for a young man. A student will always want to dress how they like for a night out without receiving vile comments from the odd passerby. So I will read this in its entirety. I'm not going to do that with you here. That would take a lot of time, but I've already done that. This talks about how this young woman was going home from hanging out with friends, and she had this older man talking about her being obscene, using things that were really offensive, and you know, most of you young women, I'm sure, have experienced that before, and sometimes even young men can experience that sexual harassment, right? And it's not something that in high school or in college, nobody should have to deal with that. So what she is saying, what the author here, the author's name, if I scroll up, what Alice is saying, because I've read it before, I already know, she's saying that there needs to be campus, like the college campus needs to pay for protection off campus. And I really agree with this. I think she's right. I think that there should be, and actually the universities I live by in West Philly do have campus security guards you can call and they'll walk you home. I think every campus should have that. I think that's really important. Even if you don't live on campus, you deserve to feel safe and be safe. So I know I agree with it. What I'm going to do, and what I've already started to do here, as I was reading it, I would want to, and I'm still here, guys, right? We're recording on here. So I've typed this before. So as I read it, I was taking notes. So it's talking about sexual harassment and protection being needed off campus. I said, I agree. Personal experience is something that I would add to my response. Statistics, percentage of people who've been harassed is something I want to look up to support why I'm agreeing with her. I believe there should be campus security to walk students home from a bar or party or studying, even if they live off campus. That's what I just said to you guys, but I'm trying to put it into paragraph form. And then at the end, I always want to summarize. I agree with the article because. So I'm going to pick out a few things the article is saying. Now, these are just notes. I'm eventually going to write it. Here I go, right. I'm going to show you how, so we don't want it to look funky like that. If these were words, I will be writing it in a paragraph. I have a tab in, and I'm double spacing my paragraph. So that's where it's going to look really professional. I'm going to have a final piece where I have at least 5 sentences. And now I'm going to switch. Again, I'm trying to go a little bit quickly so this video isn't too long for y'all. Let me go back to my, this is the assignment on Google Classroom. So I'm going to click on the PowerPoint that describes everything you need to know to write this paragraph and what I'm expecting for you in a great paragraph response. Oh, the text just changed. That was funny. So you write a 1 paragraph response with your opinion to a persuasive writing text. And here is the competency. This is the skill, the high school level skill you'll be working on. It's an agree or disagree essay. It's about how much you agree or disagree with this issue. Write about whether you completely agree, completely disagree, partly agree or disagree with the topic you discuss in your response. You need to back up your opinion with 2 to 3 supporting points. You can't just say, I agree, it's cool, I like the article. 2 to 3 supporting points. So like mine, I picked out my personal experience of when I've experienced feeling unsafe or harassed, and how important it is that I don't want other people to feel that. And then a second thing is statistics, right? How common this is. Those are 2 supporting details of me saying that, we really do need protection for young people on and off campus. Now back to the PowerPoints. Where are you? You are not here. We're here. Here we go. So things I'm going to be looking for. You should have a main idea. Tell us what the article is trying to say. You should make sure your ideas, it's called cohesion, when things go together well. Make sure your ideas follow from one to the next with logical transitions. Coherence, make sure your arguments are logical and consistent, they make sense. I don't start talking about like taking trips during college to like study abroad. That has nothing to do with sexual harassment in this instance. So make sure it connects. It's not just a random thing you're talking about. Use high-level vocabulary, a wide variety of vocab and grammar. Make sure that you've read through, you've checked your paragraph, you're using periods. Let's get that back up here. Grammar right here. Again, you're making sure you have good punctuation and that you're writing in a way that makes sense. So some tips: think about the issue carefully before you decide whether you agree or disagree. Google what other people think. If you're not sure, you can see other people's opinion about the topic and read their perspectives. It's always good to see what other people think. Make sure you can argue at least 2 reasons, like I just shared, why your opinion is correct. This is called evidence. We're going to go more into this because our final project is going to be a persuasive essay. But again, this is just the start, an easy 1 paragraph opinion response. So these are the questions you're answering as you write your paragraph. How do you feel about what you read? What do you agree or disagree with? Does anything from the text connect to your personal life and experiences? Does the text agree with or against your personal worldview? Why is this issue important to you? So you are not going to just have a question response. You're going to put this into a paragraph, but these are the questions you're answering in that paragraph. Just a final checklist. Did you analyze the topic and show your side? Did you state your main points clearly? Did you state what makes the issue important to you? Did you include evidence to back up your main opinion? Remember, at least two or three. Have I written about both sides of the argument? You might not do that in this because it's short, but it is something you could add. Like, other people say this, but I think they're wrong because of a fact or personal experience. And finally, does your last sentence, your conclusion, sum up your opinion and your other points? At the bottom, here's how you're going to get 16 points. You guys can review this on your own. And when you're done, you're going to submit it. You can put your name on it. You can say opinion response, and I would say Betsy Rice. Then you can come back in here to the assignment. You should be able to turn it in. As you can see, Mr. Jason actually already submitted. I'm not sure why he's in this class, but apparently he is. So he already submitted something, his persuasive text opinion response. So it's good to see one turned in. I hope he gets a full 16 points. Any questions, I'm here to answer. I'm happy to get an email question. I'm happy to get comments on the assignments. You can give me a call. I'm here available for you. This is due Monday, so let's get working on it now. All right. Again, if you watch this video, make sure you respond and tell me that you watched it so that you can get credit for these office hours today on Wednesday, April 29th. All right, go enjoy this lovely weather. Talk to you guys later.